Liara. A Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species. Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
Okay, so the first time I played this, I did accidentally pick Ash, like it just happened. But, you know, I can't stand her. I do like Liara, but for the sake of the character, you'll find out later on why I chose to do it. Well, like, it doesn't matter who you choose, really, but I just felt like it'd be better if I just picked no one, so I guess I'll just, yeah, the mission comes first.
I decided discretion was the better part of valor, and kept my focus on our goal, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia. Saren had taken her to Novarian, where he'd enslaved a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they weren't happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone. With the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy.
Alright, so I always make the same decision here simply because I wouldn't be able to live with the fact that I essentially, well, yeah, actually, I would be extincting an entire race, and to be honest, yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. Plus, there's always that chance that they will, you know, stick to their word and help me later on. So yeah, we'll save the Queen. God save the Queen.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base, and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real.
Okay, so the first time, yeah, things got a little bit heated between me and Rex. I really didn't want to kill him, but Ashley, you know, came in and thought she was saving me, so she killed Rex herself. But to be honest, I really do like Rex, and to be honest, if he dies, someone replaces him, and that guy is just an asshole, like, as a character, and as far as the role he plays for his race and in the story, it makes a lot more sense that Rex is around, so we're gonna save Rex.
Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split up my team in 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke, and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign. The Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only
So
save
again,
one
the
of them.
first time around, I chose to save Ashley simply because I thought she was useless, and I thought Caden would be able to handle himself, so therefore, yeah, Ashley would need my help. But the thing you gotta know about this situation is, depending on who you do save, the other one dies. So, yeah, like I said, I picked Ashley the first time, but in my real playthrough of all 3 games, I chose to change that decision to Caden. But, because I want to see how differently things go, because I might end up doing Mass Effect 3 one day, I'll choose to save Ashley, even though I don't really like Caden, but I don't dislike him, and I really hate Ashley, but we'll pick Ashley just for the sake of seeing something new.
Caden was a good man, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Ash. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. I'd never tell anyone, but I had my doubts. Leaving Caden behind had hardened my resolve, but revealed a soft spot in my defenses. How many more friends and allies would I be willing to sacrifice in order to stop Saren? We arrived on Ilos, close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died, like every species before them. But a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He had caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Citadel fleets battled Saren's army outside, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human Alliance fleet in jeopardy.
See, normally, I would try to save them, but again, like they say there, you're putting human lives at risk, and I'm not saying that humans more important than those of the Council, but The fact that they're asking for help now, even though, like, the entire first game, you know, you're doing all this stuff and they're just denying it all and, you know, saying Saren's not what you're saying he is. You basically are meant to hate them, so in this situation I always, at least in my head, I always find it canon to sacrifice the council, but again, just for the sake of making things a little bit different, I'll save the council, but from here on, pretty much every decision that I make is pretty much the one that I would make in that situation, and the ones that I had made, so save the council.
The council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated, and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet, the battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first Counselor was left for me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician. Ruthless and ambitious, he would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be put in front of him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right.
So in this situation, I do reckon that both could do the job well, but to be honest, Udina is not someone that you want to trust, and I don't trust him. And Anderson's a pretty good guy. He's always been there supporting us, so yeah, it's Anderson all the way.
Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
So there we go, the entirety of Mass Effect 1 in, what, 15 minutes or something? So, yeah, like I was saying before, everything you saw there is pretty much everything that... yeah, everything that Mass Effect 1 had to offer. Because the rest was just buggy, the shooting aspect was a bit dull, and it was pretty much just unfair and just frustrating. So I figured, yeah, might as well just show the comic rather than playing the whole first game, because, yeah. And this way, you know, you can get straight into it, you don't have to worry about all that bullcrap, so, yeah. Yeah, as you saw there as well, apparently Shepard was saved, which I still don't get. So, I'm actually going to end the episode here, but when we come back, I'll have like his face and name all set up. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I hope to see you on the next episode. See ya.